Woo-wee! Mr. Poopy Butthole, 2 in 1 day. This one's not as exciting as my van thing I talked about earlier. This is like kind of sad news in a way, kind of weird, but I'm trying to get used to it because I think this is how it's going to be from now on. Today was my first time buying legal government weed, which means, so here in Victoria a couple weeks ago, the cops went around and shut down all the dispensaries except for the ones who were legally registered to stay open. And they've been raiding them, but then they'll open up again, and they'll raid them, and they'll open up again. But finally, they were just like, no more, and they shut down like all of them except for like three or four left in the city who are following the government regulations, very strict stuff. So today I ended up buying my very first legal government weed, which means those dispensaries have to buy from an LP, a licensed producer, which is like these giant megalomart grow houses that they have growing the shit, and not from your local mom and pop growers. They're cutting out the small guy, they're cutting out the little people, they're trying to make this like into some Walmart shit, anyways. So this is what you get my first time. Now here in BC, here's a cool story. So it's not a cool story at all. This is kind of fucked up story. A friend of mine was driving, her and her boyfriend were driving, and they got into a roadblock situation. And so there's a lot of traffic jams here in Victoria. So to be caught in a traffic jam just anywhere in the city every day is so common a thing that you don't think twice about it. And so my friend was packing a bowl as they slowly crept up and then realized, oh fuck, we're in a roadblock, like a cop roadblock. And then she was packing a bowl and the cops saw her packing a bowl and were like, yo, what are you doing? You can't have that in the car. It's like having open alcohol. If it doesn't have the government sticker, if that seal is broken, it's a $250 fine. If you have a little bit of weed in a baggie or anything that's not this plastic container, then it's a $250 fine. That's anywhere in public, in a park, walking out in the street. If they were to just search you and you get like a crumb, it's a $250 fine. So you're not allowed to have like weed on you unless it's in this container, unless it's sealed. That means it's not been opened yet, so you got to get it into your house. The only way to drive around is with the seal. The plastic is like this thick, black, toxic shit, and it's a recycle plastic #1, and it's got peat. The peat, I don't know if you can see that there. It's got that peat, P-E-T-E. Now, PET is the shit why people are saying that plastic bottles are bad. Why they don't want you... I mean, not just because of the plastic, it's because of the peat that's in the plastic, and which is like nasty shit. So what happens to a peat plastic, if I were to like shove that down in my glove box for the afternoon, the heat from the glove box and the heat from the engine, it makes this plastic release a very toxic chemical. It's very harmful to people, and that shit... So think about this. All your bottles of water are on a flatbed truck that's shipping the shit to the store where you're going to go to buy the water from later on. And it's just sitting there boiling in the heat, and they don't have... Because it's just crates of plastic bottles of water. They don't keep that shit refrigerated all the time. So that's sitting there in a boiling hot truck. The peat is being released into the water. The peat is definitely being released into the weed. It's being released into the air. It's being released around me probably right now. I mean, it's pretty fucking hot in this van, but... No, it's not that hot. So yeah, it would take some heat, man. It would take some heat to get that to come out. And yeah, so this is it. I haven't smoked any of it yet. And then as I was sitting here, I started reading what was on the bottle, and this is where I'm like, oh fuck, I feel like I've been scammed, because I just paid $35 for this 3.5, which is $10 a gram for y'all who can't do math. THC 0.1%. What the fuck am I smoking this for if it only has 0.1% THC in it? CBD 0%. Now this is Blue Dream, and it's a sativa. Sativas generally have a lot of CBD and not as much THC in it. So that's kind of a weird thing to see, and it's produced by a company called Aurora. So this is their version of Blue Dream, and I'm going to try that, and I will tell y'all about it again later. Goodbye. Ding!